practice. We don't want to just mindlessly train to shoot targets. I use the 3D system, the UTC tac drops, which come with knives and guns and things to make it a little more realistic. Obviously, you can draw a gun on a target, or you can make a spray paint stencil or something, but you want it to be realistic as possible. I used to use foam, make little foam guns, staple them right to the target. This drill use as many targets as you're able to. Obviously, an outdoor range is going to be more conducive. An indoor range probably isn't going to let you do this. So definitely make that effort and find somewhere where you can train outdoors. Or an indoor range that allows you to free movement. Either one's fine. Now, what I'm going to do for this drill, you're going to have someone with you, a training partner, a practice partner. He's going to set up the drill. He's going to position the targets. He's going to put our arm target or no arm target somewhere in however many targets you set up. Start with 2, work your way up to as many as possible that you have the patience to set up. On the tone, which gives me an audible cue, I'm going to turn around and engage my threat, if there is one. So that basically forces me to go off an audible cue, which is what's going to happen if somebody tries to get your attention from behind. I'm going to look first because that's human nature. Then, if there's a threat, I'm going to go to the gun instead of just drawing and turning, because that's not realistic. We don't do that in the real world. We want to train as realistically as possible. I got Jessen out here with me today. He's one of my regular students. He's going to be setting this drill up for me. Value of 3D target. Now, as you saw on the drill that Jessen just set up for me, value of 3D targets. He forced me to change the angle of the shot. Now, for those of you who have been following Stage Dynamics for a while, you know I've introduced the changing the angle of the shot drill before. Jessen's been through my classes. He's familiar with that drill, so he decided to use it against me. The reason I filmed this without cutting is for you to see the authentic reaction of myself, and of course I'm going to run Jessen through it a few times just to get my sweet revenge. I've got 2 targets here that could be potential threats, but only one of them is armed. I have a knife and I have a raised fist. Knife, proximity, threat to myself. When I reacted to the threat, I didn't know it was a threat. I looked over my shoulder on the audible tone, which is the same as someone standing behind you with a knife going, hey. And when you turn around, they say, give me your wallet, give me your car keys, what have you. Trying to make it as realistic as possible. Is that going to reflect every situation that could ever occur in reality? Absolutely not. But most crimes are going to be for-profit crimes. Now, as you can see, Jessen gamed it a little bit. He was already drawing his weapon as he turned because he's out on the range. He knows he's practicing. He knows he's working on some live fire skills. Discipline yourself to not cheat yourself. When you train this, when you practice this, if you're able to, and you should be if you're able to find an outdoor range, make a concerted effort to not address a threat unless there is a threat. Don't cheat yourself, because then you're basically creating a shortcut in your mind thinking you're faster than you really are. Everything takes time. There's no way to shortcut this. When we hear someone say, hey, behind us, or hey, even hey, motherfucker, we're not necessarily going to go to the gun as we turn around. We may be prepared to, and we should be, but we're not physically going to begin the draw stroke. So that's just something to think about. Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Did I even game it again? You're good. A lot better. And this time Jessen incorporated verbal commands. Just because of the proximity of the threat, you kind of have to use your imagination. Is he advancing or is he just standing there with the knife? Can't make the targets move, so we need to play it both ways. Get used to issuing verbal commands. 2 reasons. 1, It tells the person what you want them to do and basically gives them a split-second life choice and pretty much an obvious consequences if they don't comply. Another thing is it gets the attention of witnesses. If you draw out a gun and shoot a guy, someone standing across the street at night may not have known what happened. But as you draw that gun, if you're yelling, drop the knife, get away from me, get away from me, get away from me, and then you engage, that makes instant sense to that person. They obviously can think, well, okay, this person feels threatened, that's why they did that. Very beneficial. There are not enough verbal commands going on out there, so work it into your training, work it into your practice. I know it may feel silly, but it's even more silly not to do. As you can see, the possibilities for this drill are endless. You can use 2 targets, you can use 3 targets, you can use 4 targets. You can use as many targets as you want. The important thing is to have a practice partner, a training partner with you to set the drill up for you. There's not much value in setting it up for yourself. Obviously, turning around isn't 100% realistic, but it's the best we got. Another alternative is to get a big bag and have your partner bag you. As soon as the drill's set up, you're already facing, he can pull the bag off your head, or set up some partitions or some kind of cardboard. U-Haul boxes are great. Build yourself a door frame. 4 feet on either side, so you have to walk into the room and deal with what you got. As you can see, think outside the box a little bit, get out of the square range mentality, and really explore all the versatile possibilities of this drill. I'm Aaron Cowan with Sage Dynamics, train accordingly.